Hey guys, how you guys doing today? This is Darren Jackson, and I am here at home just looking to be able to do my podcasting. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Darren Jackson show tonight, today actually, I should say. So basically, we're going to go ahead and talk about high school previews. We are 11 days away from high school football here in the great state of Texas. I'm going to go ahead and break down on some teams around the greater Houston area for Class 6A, Class 5A, and Class 4A. 5A is going to be Division 1, Division 2. 4A is going to be Division 1, and I don't think we have any Division 2s for 4A. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get a chance to break down on some teams around the greater Houston area that I think is going to be very good this year. I think that there are going to be some teams that is going to compete for the state championship. So with that being said, on my YouTube, guys, also I'm on Facebook Live. I want you all to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on my YouTube channel. We're going to do live streaming for this in the upcoming weeks. So we're going to get a chance to do some talks, do state rankings. We're also going to do some predictions this year. I'm going to make up the schedule, try to do the schedules and everything for Thursday games, Friday games, Saturday games as well. And hopefully on Sundays, we'll have Sunday talk. We'll try to see if we can get some coaching staffs that will be able to come on into the show. I can be able to have them on the air, let them know what's going on. And then, like I said, with me doing texting live, I will be able to get a chance to do some broadcasting this year. We'll be able to know what games I'll be able to do the upcoming weeks. I can break down some predictions. I can be able to break down the game analysis and just do some interviews, and like I said, try to do everything I can to work on a few things here and there for my podcasting for this upcoming fall. So we're going to go ahead and break down with some teams in Class 6A that I know some of you guys are quite familiar with. I have my Dave Campbell Texas Football Magazine. Here we go right here. We have the Texas A&M Aggies on the front cover, and on the side cover, we have Carthage's Scott Surratt, who is one of the top high school coaches, not just in Class 4A, but in the state of Texas, maybe in the country. So we're going to talk about Class 6A, try to break down on some teams that I think that is going to be pretty good this year. If you have any comments or you have any suggestions, please be able to do so, guys. Be able to say what you need to say. You can ask me some questions on a few things on which teams you think in Texas is looking to do something this year as far as the high school ranks is concerned. So a few teams I'm going to break down. I want to say that we could definitely talk about I'm actually going to go ahead and talk about Galena Park North Shore, the Mustangs. So Galena Park North Shore last year made it to the 6A Division I state semifinals before they lost to eventual state champions Austin Westlake. North Shore has lost a lot. And when I say they lost a lot, they lost their all-world quarterback, Demetrius Davis, who is now heading off to Auburn. They also lost Shadrick Banks, who is now at Texas A&M. They do have a pretty good defense, and defensive back Denver Harris, probably one of the best defensive backs in the country. The only question about it is that which quarterback is going to take the reins at North Shore. So that's going to be a huge question mark right there. So we all know that in the greater Houston area, North Shore is probably going to be the number 2 ranked team in the greater Houston area behind Katy. So I think that North Shore could be a very good team this year. If they can find the right quarterback, they could be able to find the right pieces to the puzzle. I think that they can make a run for the state championship. Now, with that being said, if North Shore cannot get the pieces to the puzzle together, then they could drastically fall. And a team in that district like Beaumont Westbrook could easily sneak up on them. Atascocita is another team that could really sneak up on them. And Atascocita, to me, they bring back a lot of weapons. They bring in back Keith Wheeler, Cameron Dewberry, wide receiver Chase Sowell. I'm sorry, and running back Tyrus Winfield. And their defense is going to be pretty good too for Atascocita. So I gotta say, Atascocita could be one of those teams that you want to watch out. Westbrook, they also are bringing back a few weapons. So Chad Langston, who is now the new head coach, he is coming back to his alma mater. Bryce Anderson is going to be a really good quarterback. His favorite receiver is going to be Andrew Dennis. So I think that Westbrook could be one of those teams that could upset the Mustangs of Northbrook. Galena Park North Shore. But only time can tell. Like I said, whoever the next quarterback at North Shore, he really got to step it up. As far as Katy goes, I think this is going to be probably one of the best Katy teams that we have ever seen in quite some time. I think Katy is one of those teams that you want to take a look deep in the season. They bring it back a lot on defense. Malik Silva, I think he's one of the best defensive linemen in not just in the state but also in the country. They also bring back Ty Kauna, who's one of the best linebackers in the state. Nick Anderson, one of the premier receivers. Seth Davis is a really good running back, guys. He took over in that state championship game against Cedar Hill, and I don't see nobody beating Katy unless if it's Seven Lakes. Tompkins last year defeated Katy in their 75-game home district. District winning streak. That was the longest in the greater Houston area. I think also in the state. They do lose Jalen Milroe, who's now at Alabama. It's the same thing with Tompkins with North Shore. If they can find the right quarterback that can be able to come in and they can be able to put in some work, who knows what could happen with Tompkins. I still think that Katy is the favorites to win the district. Seven Lakes could be another team. They're bringing back some pretty good athletes. Grayson Medford, who's a really good wide receiver who also plays defense. Bo Cluett, who last year made some big plays against Memorial in the opener on that Thursday night when we had to be able to move the games from late August to all the way to late September to start the season out. So I really think that there are some teams in District 19-6A that can match well with Katy. Katy Taylor is another team that could watch out, and they do have a athlete in Hollis Robertson, who is a really good player, as well as the running back Michael Whitaker. If they could be able to find a quarterback on their own as well, there's a lot of teams that's going to have quarterback issues. I'm not going to say everybody has quarterback issues, but there are going to be some teams that are going to have quarterback issues, and therefore they have a lot of work to be able to do. So also, just to let you guys know that district is by far probably one of the premier districts in the state. Another team that I think that can make a run for the state championship, who can be able to do something in Division II if they are going to go to Division II, and that's Bridgeland. I think Bridgeland Bears are one of the teams to watch out. They have that quarterback Connor Weidman, who's now a Texas A&M commit. If he can find those weapons like he did last year, I think Andrew McCloskey is back. Jonathan Nelson is another big-time weapon. If Bridgeland can be able to put the pieces to the puzzle together, I think Bridgeland could be a big threat in Division II if they don't go to Division I. So that could be a big Achilles heel, because I think Bridgeland going to win the district in 16-6A. I don't see no one stopping them. But only team I think that could probably give them a pretty good run is Cy Ranch. I think Cy Ranch could be a pretty good team. Cy Park could also be another one, as well as Cy Springs. Ty Woods could be another team as well to watch out. All right, and 17-6A, I would say my dark horse team, and I know I'm wearing their shirts right now for 17-6A, and I'm going to go ahead and say that my homeboy, Brad Ashton Jackson, he is going to be a sophomore this year. I think Brad Jackson the next couple of years is going to really be really good, man. He's going to be one of those quarterbacks people are going to say, wait a minute. I know we talk about Arch Manning. I know we're talking about this quarterback, that quarterback, but let's talk about Brad Jackson. Brad Jackson's going to step up, man. The only thing is that Cy Creek got to have some weapons, man. They got to have those receivers that could be able to help him out. I have a feeling that Jacob Adams could be one of those weapons that is going to step his game up. They got the running back in Raymond Rollins. I think he's going to be good. But I don't know if they can compete with Cy-Fair, because Cy-Fair lost a lot last year. They still got that defense. They got the linebacker and Hunter Warren. I think that Landon Arrington is one of their premier receivers. If they can find a quarterback that could be able to move the ball, because Carter Cravens is gone, I think they are going to be good. You know, Cy-Fair did lose L.J. Johnson, who's now at Texas A&M. And they also lost Jack Whitmer, who is the tight end, who is now at Virginia. But the only team that I can see that can beat Cy-Fair this year, I got to say Memorial. And Houston Memorial, they are going to be back. They are going to be very good. Mason Sanders is going to be at him at quarterback. And then you got that bad man, Carson Zuns. This is his senior year. That offensive line is going to be very good. That week 1 game between Memorial versus Katy Seven Lakes, that's going to be a blast. And it's going to be at Rose Stadium. But I'm going to say like this. That's going to be the game of the year. That's going to be the game of the start out the 2021 season. And with those two teams going up against one another, not only Memorial is going to match up with Seven Lakes, then they host Pearland. And that's going to be a tough matchup for Memorial. So they got 3 games that's going to be tough. Seven Lakes, Pearland, and then Klein. Klein is not a sleepover team. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Klein have a good year so far this year. That's another team you got to watch out. Last year they was on a down year. You know, they had to be able to go through Klein Oaks, a few other teams in that district. We're going to go ahead and talk about that right now. Tumble Memorial. But I would not be too surprised if Klein upset someone. Klein Kane, they're going to lose their quarterback, Jaden Blue, who now has opted out to have his mindset focus on the University of Texas. So I still think that Tumble Memorial could be the team to win the district. And Klein Oaks could be a team to scare someone in that district. Klein could definitely be the team to watch out. Klein Collins, I don't know too much about them. They was in the playoffs last year, but I don't think that they're going to be as good as I think they are. But if they are, then their quarterback, Tucker Parks, got to step it up big time. Unless if they're going to change up on the quarterback position. As far as that District 17-6A, Jersey Village is another team I forgot to talk about because they really have a really good quarterback in R.B. Carter. They also have a backup quarterback, Adam Tran, who, if something happens to Carter, Tran comes in. He's going to be a sophomore. This is going to be his year to really step it up if Carter can't be able to get the offense going. I think that Jersey Village defense is going to be the top story this year. Another team that's going to be a top story this year in 17-6A is Stratford. I think the Spartans are going to be very good with the running back of D'Angelo Dennis. Denson, then Nash Rankin at quarterback. He's a junior this year. If they can be able to get something going over at Stratford and not lose premier games like they did last year, Stratford can make a run for a playoff spot. That 17-6A is loaded. You also have Cy Ridge, AJ Gooden Dodden, who is probably one of the best receivers in the greater Houston area. That's going to be a loaded district. And not to mention the other two teams, Springwoods and Northbrook. I mean, a lot of people talk bad about them, but they still have some pretty good athletes there. And Northbrook, I think that Andy's Gomez is going to try to get that program turned around in the right directions. I say give them at least another year or two. Who knows what could happen with those teams. Also, another team I think that's going to be good this year is Lamar. I think the Texans are going to be very good this year. They do have Roshan Cruikshank. I think he is one of the top receivers in the district. Also, Javion Green is going to be a pretty good team, good running back this year. Heights, I gotta say, Heights could be the sleeper, just like they did last year to upset Lamar. Bel Air should be good as well. Chavez could sneak into the playoffs if Westside doesn't do nothing. Like I said, we also are going to go ahead and do some more talk. Spring High is going to be good. Bishop Davenport is back. Caden Bradley is back. Travis Sims Jr. is back. Spring was that close from making it to the state semifinals. I mean, to the state semifinals before they lost to DeSoto. That I think that is a very controversial game that a lot of people have talked about it. I think Spring is going to be very good. Westfield is also going to be good. Cardell Williams, he is truly one of the premier quarterbacks in this area. I know a lot of people talk about Wyman and they also talk about Brad Jackson, but I think Cardell Williams is probably one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the state. So that's in the 6A rankings. There are some more other teams that I know I'm probably not going to get too much to talk about. I know the Woodlands going to be good. The Woodlands College Park going to be good as well. Like I said, there's a lot of teams around the greater Houston area that's going to be good this year. And I know Bush going to be good. Travis going to be good. George Ranch. Fort Bend, Ridge Point, I think that they are going to be very good because they have Bert Emanuel Jr., who is the son of the former NFL wide receiver Bert Emanuel Sr. I really think that they're going to be loaded this year. Like I said, we also have Channelview going to be good. I want to say Pasadena Memorial, Pasadena Dobie is going to be good this year. Straight Jesuit is going to be good this year. Shadow Creek is going to be good. They got to find a quarterback who's going to take up for Kyron Drones. I think that Duke Butler is going to be the quarterback next, but only time can tell how good they can be. Pearland Dawson going to be good. They got a really good kicker in Carter Brown, who's also a punter. Colin Johnson at their quarterback. I think he's going to be a very good player. He has a good wide receiver in Ashton Stroman. So the A-League schools, Taylor, Elsik, Hastings, I don't know how good they're going to be. Also, you have Dickinson, who's going to be good this year as well. Donovan Green, the big tight end, who I think is one of the best tight ends and not just in the state of Texas, but also in the country. So you got so much football in 6A for Division I, Division II, and and it's so much to talk about and around that regional area. And then you go to the 5A side, and then you have so many good teams in 5A. Friendswood should be good this year. Baytown Lee is going to be good. Port Arthur Memorial should be very good this year as well. Goose Creek, I think they're going to be improving. Beaumont United should be good. Goose Creek Memorial should be good as well. That is 9-5A Division 1. Division 1 and 10-5A Manville is the favorite. They lost a lot this year. They do bring back their running back, DeMonte Seymour, who had 1,004 yards rushing, 14 touchdowns. Also, they bring in back another running back who I think is Ty Harris. He had 1,175 yards and 13 touchdowns. They just need to find a quarterback. And if they can be able to find a quarterback that can get the offense going, I think that they're going to be very good this year. Hightower should be good. Also Latrell Neville, who's now at Nebraska. I think Caleb Douglas is another receiver that's going to be very good. Caleb Johnson going to be good too. Jordan Davis is going to be a very good quarterback. He's going to have to step in and make sure to get the Hightower offense going. Hurricanes. Paytow should be very good. And this is what I hate about Katy Paytow. They have to be able to play way out in that district. And they're a 5A school. I think they're going to move up to 6A next year. But it is kind of crazy that they have to go way out of their own ways to go play in district around the Fort Bend district. And that Fort Bend district, and then you got Angleton as well. It's like spread out in a way. So it is kind of crazy. So Division 2, and I think that's going to be Fort Bend Marshall. I think they're going to be very good this year. I don't see nobody stopping those guys because Fort Bend Marshall is very loaded. That is, I want to say that is, if I'm saying this correct, 11-5A Division 2. Only team that can match up with them is Galena Park, Willowbridge, and Sterling. Like I said, when we talked about the 5A and that preview talk, I think that they are going to be very good as well. Nederland is going to be very good as well. I think that if they can be able to get their defense going in a better situation, I think they'll be good. Crosby, they lost a lot. Reggie Branch, Demetrius Dunn. I think that Crosby is going to be a team that is going to step up late in the season and shock some people. But I don't see them being a state championship worthy type team. I could be wrong for saying that because they could step up. Only time can tell. Another team that I think is going to be good this year, and I think that it's going to be Barbers Hills. They could be an area round team. They could be a regional semifinalist team. But they got a lot of help that they need, and that's not going to be an easy district to try to come out of. Class 4A, Division 1. This is the Houston ISD area schools. Like I said, Wheatley is going to be very good this year. Yates, I would not be too surprised about Yates because I think Yates is going to be a very good team. North Forest should be very good as well. I think Fur has what it takes to win the district. I don't know how good they can possibly be, but only time can tell on what they are going to be. So with that being said, and we talk about the district around the greater Houston area, all the teams around the greater Houston area, I think that when you take a look at 6A Division One, I think that that's a heavyweight round in Region 3. So if Katy and North Shore get together, that's a heavyweight round. Katy Tompkins go to Division 2 and Jersey Village go to Division 2. I think that's another heavyweight round. I think Jersey Village more likely going to go to Division 1. I can't say that they are, and I can't say that they aren't. I'm quite sure that Memorial may go to Division 2. If that case, could be Division 1. It determines on who all is going to go to who. And we won't know until it get late into the season. And I will talk about that in the months coming up, right before playoff time comes in. We'll be able to see all the standings and see who all is going to be able to make it deep into the postseason, who can win the district championships, who could be in the top 4 spots, whether they're going to be Division 1 or Division 2. So we're only going to determine on what's going to happen. It's the same thing with 5A and 4A. We're all going to take a look at everything. So like I said, guys, I'm looking forward to this upcoming football season. I am very happy that I will be able to broadcast for Texan Live. So I will be able to let you know more details in the coming weeks on the first game that I will be broadcasting. And I hope that you guys can be able to subscribe to be able to watch me broadcast high school football in the Lone Star State. I know some of you people are going to go to your games, to your jamborees and everything to be able to go see the teams that you will be able to go watch. But as far as me, you can be able to see me on the replay to be able to broadcast high school football in the greater Houston area. So also, I'm going to try to do some games around in the Lone Star State as well when it comes to playoff time. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap this up as fast as I can. Definitely got somewhere to be. And let me see. I think someone's just sent me something. Someone very special. She know who she is. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and watch my movie Badass with Danny Trejo. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get a chance to go play some ball a little bit. You know, about to do a little exercising here and there, guys. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, definitely please do so. You can be able to hit me up in my inbox on my Facebook. Also, you can go to my Twitter, Next Level Star 20. I'm going to be able to put in some stats, scores, and analysis on the games while I'll be doing the Texan Live this year. I'm going to try to see if I can get a statistician that can be able to help me in on the stats and everything. And therefore, if I can't, then I'm gonna try to multitask as much as I can, like I did when I was doing radio broadcasting, when I was at Mansfield and when I was at Evangel. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you all for the ones that is on Facebook Live. Only a few people that got a chance to see me a little bit. I know they had to leave and everything, but you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful Sunday, and enjoy your week, guys. I'm gonna try to be back on sometime this week. I don't know when. I'm gonna try to at least do maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, guys. So we're gonna do some Big 12 talk. We're gonna try to do some college football talk as well, and try to do NFL previews. So you guys have a great weekend. Have a great week, I should say, and thank you so much. Until then, have a good night. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.